Dun, 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 dun.
I never really knew that ramen dishes were the gateway to learning more about your history. I mean, apparently they are. I mean, you walk for the store these days, and you see, like, the familiar top ramen noodles or the cup noodles or there. I've never had them. The closest I've gotten is, like, rice noodles. I think it was what was the brand name? I used to have them all the time. Like, Thai Kitchen, I think is what it was called, but the rice noodles and the seasoning packs or whatnot. That's as close as I got. Never really had, like, ramen, top ramen, any of those things like that. But I never knew it could have such a, unlocking the door in terms of, heritage or things you didn't know about yourself or perhaps your lineage or your past. But Ramen Shop seems to suggest that. Now, the original title of this, I believe, was Ramen Thay. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Apologies if I'm not. But this is a new film. Well, apparently it came out in 2018. At least this is what IMDb is saying. But sometimes, again, you see these types of films on IMDb. You can't always rely on the release date because they'll be labeled differently. Like sometimes you'll see... Okay, in this case, 2018, but really it's coming out in 2021. The trailer actually came out very recently. So, I believe it was attached to the Toronto International Film Festival YouTube channel, so I'm pretty sure maybe it's just a general, they're getting the word out now. I don't know. But either way, this is new to me, and it really does sound sophisticated. Let's take a look. Rather than just like the average food project, where it's like, a bunch of people cooking, this actually has a very layered plot to it. Let's take a look at the IMDb synopsis, and you'll see what I mean. A young man who is curious about his deceased parents' past takes a food journey to Singapore where he uncovers more than just delicious meals. So I'm assuming based on the synopsis, because I'm not an expert when it comes to the history of ramen noodles, I'm going to guess that they're from Singapore. I don't know. Again, I'm not familiar with ramen or really food history. I mean, I love looking at food shows and whatnot. It's kind of what I grew up on. Well, all my peers were watching cartoons. I was watching the Food Network and HGTV. But I grew up just like watching food shows. But so food programs, I've always had some sort of appeal to me, usually in terms of looking at food. Not really cooking it, but for some reason, it's just me looking at food. I don't know why. I find that pleasing for some weird reason. But I've never been the biggest expert on food history. So if ramen noodles are native to Singapore, that's unfamiliar to me. And I'm sure his project might illuminate me on that regard. But I find it very interesting, again, that he's taking a food journey, that ramen noodles are the doorway so that he can go back into, his history and understand maybe more about his parents, what their life was like, maybe some of the stuff that has gone into his life that maybe he's not aware of. These are the types of experiences that I really love. Of course, this is, again, tied to when I saw this channel, it was tied to the Toronto International Film Festival's YouTube channel, so I'm assuming this has been for the award circuit or is going to be. It says it actually got one win. So, of course, it's been through that, I guess. Yeah, it was the winner of the Audience Choice Award at Asian Frontiers Fiction. Okay, let's take a look and see how the story goes. As always, we're going to watch this trailer first for Ramen Shop, and then we're going to talk about it more in my condensed review segment following us watching the video together. Okay, without further ado, here we go. I've never heard of MK2 or MK2 films. They're going to make me hungry, though.
うちじゃどうなんだ時々自分がラーメンだったらなって思うよそしたらちょっと親父興味持ってくれるかな親父
That's a really emotional line.
My parents
Very sentimental.
I found my mother's old diary. She wrote about grandmother.
おばあさんとの和解について何か書いてある
A very beautifully done movie. Oh, beautiful architecture. There's something else I noticed besides food.
You must try Singapore home cooked dinner. Very nice one. My wife cooked one.
Uncle, why I never met grandmother? Can you teach me how to cook bak tae? I always think about Mama's cooking. I want to remember them every time I cook
wow.
bak tae.
Yeah, tear stand. I suspect that's what I'll be doing. The movie comes my way. Look at it like end that. Look at a beautiful shot. Eric Ku, I think it's... I'm sorry if I was pronouncing anybody's name, but... Good film, sir. That's beautiful. Wow. And not just on the food dishes. I mean, again, looking at these ramen dishes, I'm assuming they're all ramen, or these cups of noodles and whatnot. Just beautiful to look at. Again, this is what I liked about watching cooking shows very early on. Just the beautiful imagery they'd see and the way people express themselves for their dishes and just the art of that itself. But I didn't expect such a sentimental journey. Like, I knew kind of, uncovering the layers of your family history, perhaps through, again, going through the door of ramen noodles. I guess it's possible. But the way they started this off, it was just so sad. At first I'm like, okay, sometimes I wish I were a bowl of ramen. That's kind of a creative line. And then he says, at least that way he'd show more interest in me. So I'm assuming maybe a distant familial relationship from that. It's really sad, very moving. It's just beautiful statements. I mean, all the way through, and just the aesthetics alone, not just in the food, but the architecture. I really do have a thing for looking at world architecture, from many different types of countries. This is so pretty, though. Beautifully, beautifully framed. I absolutely love it. I mean, I can certainly see why it got the Audience Choice Award, why it won, actually, at the Asian Frontiers Fiction... Minneapolis St. Paul International Film Festival. Okay, there's a lot of international film festivals. I'm really surprised at the amount. You think they kind of whittled that down, maybe, because there's just so many of them. It's like every time I look at it, there's probably 100, 200 plus award shows everywhere. It's hard to keep track of all of them. The major ones, like TIFF and VIFF and a couple of the other ones I know, or South by Southwest, Sundance, but Minneapolis St. Paul International Film Festival, I've never heard of it, but it certainly was deserving of the award. Very beautiful movie. I'm really impressed. I will definitely make an effort to watch Ramen Shop at some point. That was very impressive. Beautiful film. Absolutely riveting. What do you guys think about Ramen Shop? I'm really impressed. And did you know that ramen noodles could really have this type of result of investigating your family history? I had no idea. Feel free to let me know down below what you guys think. Don't forget to get stuff like subscribing, the sharing, the hitting that bell. And until we get to look at more trailers in the future from maybe some of these awards circuits, or whatever trailer we get to watch next for the first time, for whatever that might be, I will see you guys then. But until then, thanks for watching this video. I love you guys. Don't forget to love yourselves and your fellow man. God bless and peace.